basically only called this Onigiri talk because I probably won't be doing much else besides we're just sitting around talking. Hopefully within literally just getting back into the game, hopefully freaking Lady Suzuku don't DC me again like she did it a few seconds ago. The video I put up a few seconds ago, I basically decided to use my 40 OC to try rowing, and I basically went all the way down and I was guessing that I'm going to get a blue even though I kept saying green. And the game gave me exactly what I thought I was going to get, a freaking blue. It gave me an Ogi extraction card, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you could probably tell easily just how the way that I sound in the end of the video before I got DC'd, that wasn't really like something that I was too concerned about. I know a lot of you would probably be happy to get that, but come on, I got 17 of them. Let's go ahead and add 18 to that now. I have 18 freaking Ogi extraction tickets. I only have 3 weapons I'm planning on using extraction tickets on. So I got almost triple the number that I need. Actually, I do have triple the number. I have 18 Ogi extraction tickets now, which is just beyond the point of annoying. It'd be a different story if I knew I could extract like Dragon Arc Ogis or something like that. It'd be kind of a different story because that allowed me to make a weapon the way that I actually want, but they don't seem like they're wanting to allow us to remove certain Ogis anymore again, so having that as something that they added in, if you didn't add something dumb like that in, as far as I'm concerned, then make it to where we can remove any Ogi in the game. Now, other than that, what I would say, I got a lot to talk about, but I really don't. Other than that, even with the, like I get a lot of people are probably by now going for this stuff, trying to get the Tempest and all that dumb stuff. I'm kind of sorry to tell you guys this, but don't waste your time. The only medals that you're going to be required to gather, they ain't worth it, honestly. I get, yeah, a lot of you are probably, I get a lot of people who would probably sit back and be like, hey, you do realize that getting the Tempest is worth it. Not really, honestly. Yeah, you could say potentially it is worth it, but here's the thing. Just because of my level, I chose to do the dungeons on normal. I don't really see a reason to upgrade my mags, honestly, above 105s. When I can run the dungeons that Cyberset just literally added to PlayStation 4 on normal. You don't get any special new weapons for running on hard. There's no real... To be honest, if Cyberset gave us a reason to run it on hell, then maybe I would run it on hell, but there really ain't. There's no reason to run any of these dungeons on anything but freaking normal, honestly. And to be honest, without a question, if I was able to get the Ifrit, or if they were to ever add the darn horses that I'm waiting for, then yeah, I'd just run the dungeon on hard, because the Ifrit or the horses would make me, just by themselves, it would make me powerful enough so I could run the dungeon on hard. But other than that, it's still not really even there. Like, there's not really any reason for you to run anything on hard. Like, even right now, I'm pretty sure you guys can see my little trophy thing flashing, which means that I got achievements. To be honest, that's been flashing ever since they added the achievements, because most of the achievements, I already looked through them and I'm like, eh. Like, they're not even worth my time. Like, the only ones really worth my time are the ones that's gonna give me full energy restore, a full energy restore, but other than that, the rest are waste. Like, there's soul eggs in there, but honestly, let's look at my stuff right now. I have no soul eggs on me right now. The reason why is because I really don't die in dungeons. Whether you guys want to call it that I like use the cheat in this way possible to clear the dungeon or what, I don't really die very often. The only time I really die is when the dungeon is above my level. And as you guys can see, even though I'm lower level than this dungeon, I do have it cleared with B. I do have these newer dungeons cleared, which in so many ways is comedy as far as I'm concerned. These newer dungeons that they added, and yet here I am already having clear ratios on them, and I'm technically 3 levels lower than the dungeon, and yet I still cleared them. Like, I'd love to say, honestly, that these dungeons seem like they'd be a lot harder, but they ain't. It's like the one I'm heading out to right now, where you gotta fight Ibaraki's brother again. First time you do it, I don't know if you get to do it again during the second fight. But honestly, because only her Ogis were able to hurt him, honestly, because I didn't really know how her other attacks really truly worked, because I didn't get lucky and get her. Potentially, honestly, during that video, I know I had the music up loud, so I don't know if you guys could truly hear me or not. But I literally stated in that video, you know, this feels like a Dragon Ball Z fight, because I'm only sitting there just using my Ogis or whatever. I'm not doing nothing else besides for... literally was just doing this, which is boring. I don't want to sit there and just spam one attack. That's not fun. That's stupid. That's annoying. That's the main thing I hate about Xenoverse 1 when they made the first one. I didn't like the idea of spamming. I made my character in the game, I made a Saiyan. But even though when I went Super Saiyan, I did not want to spam if I really didn't have to. Even during normal fights against friends and stuff, I'd go Super Saiyan, but I want to go Super Saiyan... I went Super Saiyan for the damage raise. I want to go Super Saiyan just so I could freaking start spamming the living daylights out of them. The only time I spammed in that game is when I was fighting CPU, and CPU is basically forcing me to spam. That's not fun to play. That's not fun to do anything with if you didn't have to literally purposely sit back and spam. If you didn't have to spam one attack constantly, then that's no fun. That's boring. Like, even most of the time I would play Xenoverse, I'd only play Xenoverse 1 for usually about an hour until I got sleepy. So I got bored. Well, after an hour of playing, I would turn it off and start drawing or something. Or I'd do something else just to basically try to wake my body up a little bit. If all you're doing in the dungeon is literally just on purposely spam, it's no fun. That's all that battle, honestly, to me was. At first, it was kind of fun because I got to use my Rhyme. All my attacks would hurt him. All my attacks would hit him. But as soon as they made me basically use her, where he was freaking being an asshole to where I had to use her, I found only 2 of her attacks could really hit him. So it was like, really? That ain't challenging, that's just dumb. Especially when you guys basically are going against what you guys basically typed on your own website. If it is not effective against them, you will see letters pop up in blue. If it is effective against them, it will be red. If it's not effective, then you will see miss. No, honestly, for us on PlayStation, if they are resistant, if they are neutral against the element, we see miss. It's like, seriously, get that through your head. You guys don't have ours right. You guys, honestly, as far as I'm concerned, ours is still screwed up beyond the freaking point of that they're not even trying to fix it. Look at that. This dungeon I cleared it with an A. And that was solo. It's the first dungeon in this freaking area, and yet I cleared it with an A rank. I don't know why that one up there doesn't have a clear rank, but whatever. Freaking stupid creators, you never freaking rank. Oh, I guess it don't have a clear rank because I guess the game's trying to say that I never cleared it. That's bullshit-o beyond a point, because if I go... Come on. Because if I go to this, it's pointing me over here to speak to Yoshitsune, which, unless I'm mistaken, we did not get a new update, so I can't move forward with the story. So literally when I stay, I'm waiting for the freaking next update. Whenever they add the next story update, that's all I'm doing. I'm a freaking 117 and I'm just waiting for the next story update. I don't even have had the good luck bullshit that all the other high levels that's by this point have right now, and yet here I am as a 117, literally just running through these dungeons. Yeah, I'm doing it on normal, but like I said, there's not if Cyberset gave me a reason to clear it on hard or even hell, then I would clear it on hard or hell. They were to literally say, okay, if you clear it on hard, here's a free scroll to a Vanguard, or here's something that's worth your time. But anymore, it ain't worth the time. Like I said, without you having technically certain things, clearing certain dungeons on certain difficulties are not worth the time. Like, look at this. I can still walk over here to where in the game don't even give me a different area. Don't give me none. See right there already proves that I already beat showing Doji's freaking butt. To be honest, when I was watching Oro's video and one of the players on there typed, "You're gonna have to fight him, so you're gonna have to fight showing Doji solo." It's like, you know what? That actually sounds fun. I actually had a lot of fun fighting him the second time because I knew everyone was kind of stuck to using the same bullshit I was using. No one could use a mount. No one could use a Vanguard. You were technically stuck not using anything on them, which I thought actually made that fun. That actually made for the first part of it, it basically made the fight fun. Made the fight fair. But then that second part to where you basically have to use Karen, once again, I know the game basically doesn't go to the point of broken. Because anyone who got lucky and got Karen's going to be more stronger than the one I was able to use, considering they could actually change her skills up. They lost, they could change her skills up. And actually, to be completely honest, I've never played an RPG to where, like, honestly, your hands are tied as much as they are in this one. Like, even fighting certain bosses and stuff, even going and fighting the first form of Soten Doji, if I lose in this game, I really don't have no option besides to try a different Vanguard and try again. In other games, if you lose, you could actually go back, you could power up one of your other teammates, try seeing if you can give them better weapons, like typical RPGs. This, the only way you can get a better weapon is for your own character, which potentially, yeah, it helps, but it really don't help. You don't really have a Vanguard, you're not clearing certain dungeons, which is kind of stupid anymore. But the main reason why I talk about putting my auto as a teammate is at least that way, if me and my auto can't clear the dungeon, then I can easily turn around and help that auto level up. I can help that auto get a better weapon. Meaning I can actually power my auto via the way that you usually power up a teammate in a regular RPG. If you can't clear a boss, you go back, you basically level them up if you're possibly able to. You get them stronger, you get your character stronger, and then you retry. Where this game don't really have nothing like that. It's like, if you're not strong enough to do it solo, use a Vanguard. If you're not strong enough to solo it with a Vanguard, then try a different Vanguard. If you don't have no other Vanguard, then you might as well count your lucky star if someone chooses to say, hey, you know what, I'll run it with you. And the reason why I'm saying you best count your lucky star if someone says they'll run it with you is because, honestly, the American version of Onigiri is not like the other two. It's not like the freaking PlayStation. It's not like, JP, it's not like PC. Players ain't willing to turn around and help you through shit. Like, even Oro stated in most of his videos, if you're not going to what he's going to, like, if you're not literally about to clear a dungeon that he's going towards, he's just gonna look at you like, haha, have fun. And honestly, I gotta say, I don't get why Cyberset don't try to turn that around. Why not come up with some type of concept or something that would force players to actually take even an hour out of your day would be freaking anything. Like, I think it would be kind of cool if they actually did, like, what freaking Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle did, where, like, hey, you get your friends, and if you choose to use that friend, you and your friend both get 200 friend items or something like that. Or whatever number it is, I forgot exactly what it is, but either way, you guys get so many You guys get friend points for basically using a person that you put on your friends list. You know, potentially adding something like that would actually make this game a lot more fun. Because that would give us options to actually... That would give you a way to actually add different things. Like, I don't know, maybe... Like, I don't know what they could add there, but potentially I do. Like, to me, first and foremost, that would not be a good idea for them to add, like, a Vanguard or something there. To me, there could be easily concepts that they could come up with which could be placed there. Like, I even gave them the idea about, hey, why not add the ability to where we can farm certain dungeons or whatever and get, like, orbs on. And the orbs can be attached to your weapons. By helping other players out, that could be the way of getting those orbs. The more players you help out, the more points you get, the more better orbs you can actually buy. And each of the orbs could add any random thing to a weapon. Like, you could easily take basically... Oh, this would be kind of broken. But you basically take, like, the Oni Dagger and add an extra 1000 attack to it. Which, yeah, wouldn't make the Oni Dagger the most broken weapon in the game, but... Now you could potentially carry the Oni Dagger for even longer in the story, which would allow you to clear the dungeon even more. Now, being able to add 4 orbs to any and all weapons, well, you could potentially add 4000 to the Oni Dagger. Which, like I said, still wouldn't make it that broken, but at least you could potentially add an extra 1000 damage to it. To me, that would make this game a lot more funner if they actually added a concept like that, or something close to that, because you could potentially, if you don't really have the time, or you don't really have the hour or whatever, to really on purposely go out your way and make a whole new weapon because of whatever reason, and honestly the reason is because you probably might have ran out of smelting ley lines or something like that, because this game randomly freaking fails too many freaking times in a row, because Yoshitsune will freaking fail at 85%, which is kind of stupid. Okay, yeah, there's a 15% there, but come on. She should not be failing that. She fails way too often with me with high chances like that. It's not even funny, way too often. But like I said, if you don't have the smelting amulets and you don't really want to take your chances of smelting a whole new weapon or whatever, you could potentially get these orbs, which could potentially add anything to them. Like, even me looking at these weapons, for example. Look at that. This is 19,000, and my cross is 15,000. If I could potentially add a... And I'm talking about my sword cross, not the P3 cross. If they potentially added an orb system or something like that that I could add to the cross, my cross would be 16,000 versus the guard's 19,000, which would potentially make it to where now my cross is that much more closer to a guard's damage, which would potentially kind of allow the player to have an access category to where you could potentially power up weapons that shouldn't be stronger. Like, by adding that, like, let's say for example, like right now, one of my friends have already told me right now the main weapons he's searching for is are the mountain weapon and a dark weapon. Imagine if we could potentially, imagine if one of the orbs gave you, I don't know, 30 Earth Helmet. You could potentially add that 30 Earth Helmet to a storm. You just got yourself a, what, 70 freaking Earth Helmet right there? So it would be actually worth it for it. There'd be ways of him actually making that pretty strong. And to me, that would be what the orbs would be helpful for, is because they could potentially, instead of you had to upgrade your weapons after a certain time or trying to find the next tier weapon, you could potentially be able to make current weapons you have stronger. Like, even with this, for example, yes, I get it, it basically just has the lightning bolts like the D3 right now has, but it'd be kind of cool to be able to add Holy Element there. So now it has Slice, Lightning, and Holy. It's actually better than the freaking L, just weaker. Has Slice, which would increase Sacred Strike and Anti-Sky Slash. Has Lightning, so you could still potentially use Lightning Slash. And considering the Lightning is still 40 instead of being raised, if you got freaking 60 holding, you might as well have yourself a D3 cross right there. Freaking L right there. And to me, what would be kind of cool is if certain ords would actually add 2 effects as well. Like, I don't know, maybe you could get an ord that would give you 2,000 extra attack, plus it would give you the 30 holy or something. So you could potentially add 2 of those, and you might, and I'd say you'd be able to get it closer to, you'd be able to do almost as good as the L Sin. Maybe not fully, but 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. If you had 6,000 to a cross, you'd be doing just as much damage as a Sin. So if you could potentially, they add a concept like that with orbs, you could potentially be able to do that much damage. Or even little things that hang from your weapons that they could come up with. Like maybe there's a rope or something that's attached to like your D3s or something. That little string that you put that's on there could do anything. Could be giving you honestly anything there. By technically adding something like that, in my opinion, that actually adds to the point of you not only have a weapon that you can deal with, but you also have a weapon that's unique to you, not unique to everyone. Meaning, hey, you might have one person go like, oh, I put the ord that basically increases lightning onto my storm. You might have done earth. And then you chose to put impact, so lightning slash would do more damage. While he chose to do, I don't know, we'll say slice to try increasing something else. To me, that would give us basically more weapons that are more unique to us. Like you could pretend, like I said, even if you don't want to upgrade to the next tier weapon, you have a next tier weapon in your hand if you chose to upgrade it. Yeah, of course, if you were to basically do the concept, if they added the concept, you would probably find a lot more players saying, hey, you know what, this sword gives dark, I might as well put it onto an already weapon that gives dark. You could potentially do that, but you could potentially do something else as well. Like, for example, the Abyss Sword. The Abyss Garg. If you get your hands on that, it don't give you Dark Element, but it does give you Dark Ogi. It's the only weapon in the game that uses the Sky Rendering attack, which is basically you shoot a reddish-black laser out. Or at least that's kind of what it looks like to me. I don't know, I don't have the weapon, so I can't really say. But imagine if you basically saved up and they had an ord that, I don't know, jumped it by 2,000 or 3,000 or 4,000 damage and plus gave you 40 dark element. You could potentially make that weapon into a dark element weapon. You could potentially carry around the weakest form of the weapon and still potentially make it into a dark weapon. And it would be as strong as the strongest form, which would be kind of funny to some extent, but that would save you a lot of farming. Me and Cyberset chose to do something like that. It'd actually be, by doing a concept like that, you'd actually have a lot more fun. If you don't want to take my idea about making it all as where you can actually have your own person, have your alt basically following you around and helping you in battle. If you don't want to take that idea, then why don't I just add a concept to where we can get orbs from helping out other players or something, or anything. Like heck, maybe even the orbs can be bought from the point drama. Even going that way would be kind of cool. So by doing that, you'd basically be able to, like I said, make every weapon unique to you. It wouldn't be, oh, hey, you know, my storm has this. Yeah, I know, my storm has the same as like bullshit. It's like, really? Well, we all have the same weapons, basically. It's like, really? At least before, when you basically did like the cross or when you did different weapons, they had a chance of having a unique skill on their own personal skill on there. Like my cross on purposely, other than just getting the lightning plus 40, slice 40, and power 40, it also gave me plus 1 wisdom, which was kind of cool to have something different from everyone else's cross. I know 1 point in wisdom ain't really kick ass or real helpful, but at least when, if it ever came down to it, like I'm comparing my cross to someone, my cross gives me an extra wisdom, which increases my SP which it could increase my SP out times by 3 extra SP points. It's not big, but heck, imagine if I'm 23, like I'm 1 point away from getting an extra crit. What if I equip my cross, I could potentially have an extra crit. And that's where it kind of comes into play. Like even on purposely, if they added the orbs, you might even be able to add. This would probably be way over it, but you could probably add the orbs to even our accessories, which, in my opinion, would be probably way over the point of broken. But even if they did it that way, it would be kind of cool being able to power up an accessory to help you out more. Said that that'd probably be way potentially too broken, but then again, you can't raise the accessories, you don't have a level for them, so whatever they give you is what they're stuck at. By doing something like that, they'd be potentially able to give you the option to actually add things to them like they already do with their mags, which would be kind of cool. Like even if they don't add the idea of orb accessory, I think it'd be kind of cool if you talk to Kaguya and you could basically add certain things via a weapon. To me, I think that would actually be kind of cool. Like you could go talk to Kaguya, hey, I want to put a Heavenly Shield onto my cross. Well, Heavenly Shield just added 35 Dark Helmet to my cross. Then I added something else. Hello viewer, what's up? Just talking about little random things that I think they should actually try to put into Onigiri, or at least think about putting into this darn game. Just being able to do a little bit more would actually make this game more custom. Like the main thing that a lot of people usually want is the ability to customize their own personal weapons. Maybe I'm wrong, but it'd be kind of cool getting extra dex or extra slice or anything on this weapon. Even if they made it where it has a limited purity or something like that, would be kind of nice. They have so many freaking possibilities in this game, and yet they don't seem like they even want to try something. Like I wouldn't mind wasting like something like this on trying to get it onto a weapon. That'd be actually kind of cool. You fade a contract on a weapon, your weapon now gets 10 crit instead of measly 5 like they all get. I don't know. Guess in a lot of ways I'm probably just wasting my time considering Cyber Set's never taking my ideas, but heck, who knows? There might be hope. They did add a broken piece of shit known as the Ifrit in the game. And sooner or later, we're gonna get another pair of broken piece of shits, most likely known as the 2 horse mount. So, is there any reason for them not to take the idea? No. We already got 2 broken things in the game. That would potentially result in them getting more money from us players, because you wouldn't want your weapons being broken by putting ordnance from Magatamas onto them, so you'd be wasting more money there. Heck, imagine if they switched over a mag to where the mags could actually be raised from 0 to 100 like our weapons, where they get extra good old bullshit benefits. question. There's so many freaking possibilities in this game, but yet they don't seem to try them. Instead, let's keep adding freaking vanguards that just keep getting stupider and brokener and harder to get than they were before. Which, I'm gonna say I don't get. Why keep adding something that, you know, you're just gonna keep making broken, where the next one that comes out is gonna be even more broken than the current ones now? And I gotta say, Lancelot is already kind of broken, especially by what's on a sword. 100 freaking water helmet, or, wow, game calls it rain helmet, but either way, 100 rain helmet or water helmet. Give her to a spear user, sheesh. Maybe give it a one-shot practically every mob in this game, probably without problems with just her. I don't even think a boss would stand out to her too well. It's kind of sad. Guess I'll try it out once I get her a few more levels. But then again, none of her skills are rain helmet or holy helmet. But when you use her skill, it automatically gives you rain helmet to all of her attacks. It basically replaces slice with rain. So all of her attacks become rain helmet. So seriously. Lancelot. Any of these vanguards. Of course, I switched over my mags right now to where I basically got a bunch of Maras on me, but it's kind of sad when that. No, I had that. Well, I guess I could wear the Yamara, but then again, I don't need the Yamara with this because it's meant to help my steel attack. 3 mags right there, and yet my slice helmet blows out other weapons. With all the stuff I have on me, with only 3 mags and plus my 2 accessories, plus the D3 cross, I have 125 slice helmet. Which, yes, it is technically beating out a D3 cross. It is technically beating out a Vanguard. But my skill force ain't shit now. Oh, his rank's 7 to 8, getting 25. Alright, I forgot Firefly. Either way, 30 skill force from 1 to 4, 4 plus 125 slice helmet. And now my character is stronger than the Vanguard, which is kind of sad. Well, by the elemental stat points, but if I were to be, if I'm not mistaken, if I use normal Maya right here, she'd be doing 150 slice helmet, because I have 25 on me, which then you add her 30 plus, so she'd be doing 135 slice helmet. But that, but honestly, Cyberset, 2 options. If you guys don't want to take none of my other ideas, take this option. The Vanguards that are currently in-game, or were in-game before these other ones got added, I think you should at least power them up a little bit. So come on, she has 45 holy and 45 wind. She basically, to be honest, she basically beats out Maya. Then let's go to Dark Maya. Dark Maya's 50 slice and 50 holy, 50 dark. Woohoo! That's so flippin' low compared to other Vanguards that ain't even freaking funny. Here's Oda. What do you know? 75 fire, 50 dark, and then negative 50 rain. I wouldn't mind dealing with that on freaking Dark Maya. Having a category that makes her weaker a little bit. At least her dark helmet would be way better. Come on. Plus 50 slice, plus 50 rain, plus 50 holy, but negative 50 pierce and negative 80 rain, 80 dark and 80 lightning. that seriously wouldn't be bad, considering... Okay, let's remember this. Lightning and Dark. Those are her two that hurts her. Okay, so that adds Rain Element to her. This adds Holy Element. That's Slice, 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 Slice. All of her attacks are basically Slice and Flight, which is kind of sad. Other than... Nope. That's not even a freaky. Even though that basically gives her the Halloween costume, it's not adding Dark. No Dark. Hey, there's Flight. There's Slice and Flight. There's Slice and... Oh, I guess she does get a Dark. So that would be negative 80 damage. Which ain't really bad. I wouldn't mind dealing with negative 80. Well, technically I would never use that on her because she don't need it. That's what I think is actually kind of funny about these Vanguards. They're like us. You're not going to be using her for Lightning, you're not going to be using her for freaking Dark, and you're not going to be using her for Pierce because she has no Pierce skills and she has no Lightning skills. She has Dark because of the Halloween costume that's going to be added into the game soon. But other than that, you're not going to use Dark on her. Which is completely funny about the Vanguards. They don't... Like, the ones that do have negative in categories, you're never to use the negative element. So it's like, that don't hurt them, honestly. Just like us. It's not like... Unless, on it purposely, you're trying to be dumb, you're not going to put rain/ice onto a Nova. So you're not going to do the negative elemental damage. So right there by itself, you're not... Like, honestly, right there already makes Oda better than Dark Maya because she gets 75 fire and freaking 50 Dark. She ties Dark Maya in Dark. And then she has the freaking 75 fire. Which all of her attacks are locked to fire Dark. Mainly. I can look through all her attacks and she's basically fire Dark. She's nothing else. Which is kind of funny. But yet, here's Dark Maya with measly 50 Slice and 50 Dark, and yet... What all attacks are you to use? Unless you're freaking dumb, you're not to use any attacks that ain't Slice and or Dark on her. That way you get the extra 50 damage from. The extra 50%. Same with our characters. If you basically, like, Petite's Crosses. Yeah, I know I have Sunlight Strike and Twin Blade Slash, but I'm not planning on using this for attacking weapons besides for steel attack. So when it comes down to it, these ain't gonna do nothing else besides for that. Maybe so often I might use the Yogis or whatever, but they're both lightning based, which is being powered up by this weapon. They're both lightning slice. Thunder Beast is also lightning slice. So these weapons do nothing but get powered up from the Yogis. Since I'm basically always, if I'm choosing to run this weapon, I'm always going to have my mags how I got them right now. So this weapon's not going to be used in any other category, which is funny. I'm not going to use it with a freaking holy or anything. I'm going to be using it with mainly Slice. So my Slice is up to 125 plus Lightning is, what, 40 if not more right now? So it's not like I'm... So it's like I'm not even going against the weapon at all. I'm basically made the weapon perfect. Weapons ain't hard in this game to make perfect as long as you really look at the weapon before you start freaking just slapping skills on it. Which, like I said, I purposely didn't make it perfect because I want steel attack on there. If the freaking game will work the way that I want it to, I'm going to put nothing but steel attack onto it. Or at least that's didn't be my goal, so I can basically just steel attack the living daylights out of everything that I run into. But if I can't get it to go that way, then, well, I guess I ain't going that way. But either way, other than me basically using steel attack at a zombie crossing, I'm never using these. Which, no matter which way you want to look at it, is sad. I never didn't use these other than a zombie crossing. I made all my weapons perfectly to set with the elemental advantage so I can do the most damage possible. And that's what I've done. My character doesn't do less damage than anyone on this game because I got my weapons perfect, as far as I'm concerned. Even if I go to my Nova. Wind, fire, wind and fire, and fire. The only thing it needs is some slice on there, a slice mag to help it with most of the skills, and then I just need to add an impact because the freaking the Garglance is impact. Once I do that, this thing is basically 100% perfect. This, I basically added the whole reason why I made it this way is because, well, Phoenix Slash, yes, it is fire, but it gives slice element. Sacred Strike, it's holy, but it gives slice. Lightning Slash, it's lightning, but it does impact. That's the whole reason why I didn't try to put a bunch of lightning slashes on this, because it only gets one side of it. There's no way that I know of, there's no freaking lightning type attack for swords that, besides for Thunder Beast, that goes perfectly with a sword. With this sword. They should have actually made the cross for swords an impact. Oh, technically if they would have made it impact, then Thunder Beast wouldn't do as good damage. But still, this weapon, you're basically going, you can't put the lightning slashing getting a full increase of damage because it's part impact, as well as lightning. So you can't potentially win with a cross. And because of most of these later weapons, they're basically taking away the slice, they're taking away the impact, they're taking away the pierce. You can't win with later weapons, which kind of suck. Even if I look up on the L, it don't give slice. They took away slice. So now you just got basically what you got with the guards. 40 element and 60 element. Now that I think about it, it's just basically a carbon copy of the guards, which... Sorry, Cyberstep, but that's just stupid of you guys, actually. Now that I actually fully think about it. You guys just basically made the L a carbon copy of how the guard is already based. 61 element, 40 in the other. The L Sen is basically 60 holy and freaking 40 lightning. Really, Cyberstep. Now I gotta say, Cyberstep, do you guys even play your own freaking game, honestly? Because I'm starting to get to the point of thinking you guys don't even know how to play your own. You guys don't even know what the hell you can put into your own game. Considering you're not even looking at the game. Thank you for base. Thank you for the extra 40 lightning element, but then again, my cross already gives me 40 lightning plus the slice. Which I guess, technically considering it gets slice, they're both doing the same amount of damage. You get a D3 cross and you can somehow, if you get an L Sen, and you can somehow make it the same strength as a cross, they both would do the same damage with lightning slash, which is kind of sad. Because they're only both getting 40% added to lightning slash. Now, yeah, I get a lot of people probably are like, hey, why wouldn't you put lightning slash on? You most likely put a bunch of anti-sky slashes on it. Yeah, but you're only getting 60% of that as well. Because there's no slice on the Sen from what I've seen. So really, Cyberstep, do you guys really not pay attention? Just like, not too long ago I remember messaging them about the Abyss, because I was actually asking them if Abyss has Dark. They straight out told me, oh, what it says on the wiki is most likely wrong. We will send you a pic of... Basically, they sent me a pic of what the Abyss sword is actually looking like, with all the... where I could actually read it and see, like, all the shit that it starts off with. I'm like, are you dumb? You just literally showed me the exact same thing that's on the wiki, you freaking dimwits. I asked somebody if it had Dark. They're like, oh, what it says on the wiki is not true. They show me the weapon, does not have Dark. I'm like, really? This weapon sounds like a freaking dark weapon, and yet you guys don't even have dark on it. Really. The freaking Garg himself uses a freaking dark, 100% dark Ogi. The Ogi that comes on the weapon is dark. Not even the freaking Ogi that the Garg himself uses, and yet it's not a dark weapon. Really? So you guys don't want to take my idea and add like an orb or something system to the game to where we can add dark element to the weapon, but you want to give it a bunch of dark Ogis. You know, when I look up on the Abyss weapon, I think it's kind of cool because it does have slice. So collapsing blade would be pretty strong on it, but it don't have dark, so it dies. So to me right now, the best sword in the game for sword users, if you're going to plan on using collapsing blade, is the Blood Reaper R. Because, well, not the R, but the chain. Because the chain gives you 40 slice element plus 40 dark, which increases collapsing damn blade. I've been told by so many players, oh, you should go with the night sky. Why? Because it gives me 70 dark. Ooh, wow, can I become the kid from Adventure? Can I become the kid from Flatjack? Ooh, can I touch it? It's gonna be so powerful with dark. But collapsing blade is not gonna become that powerful because it needs slice. It's like, really? You guys are so freaking fixated on these stupid weapons that you guys think they're so overpowered, but yet they're missing a crucial element. In order to make a weapon strong, you have to have the extra element there. If you don't have the extra element there, then you're not using a very strong weapon. I'm sorry to tell you. Yay, the main thing I would have to say, yes, the Night Sky would probably be better because the Night Sky allows you to go down to 50% HP, which, wait, hold up. Once you get down to 50 HP, you lose 50% of your attack. Why does that sound familiar? Where does that sound familiar? Oh, right, that goes against a freaking Sky Rendering. That goes against Fuse. That goes against Tempest. So you're basically making us get weak. We lose 40% of our damage once we start getting low enough damage to where our 105 start to kick in. Where our Fuse kicks in. Where our Tempest kicks in. Seriously? Why would the weapon get weaker when we're... You make no sense with that one, Cyberstat. Why do I want to carry a weapon that's going to make me weaker as I lose HP? Especially considering it's dark. Does anyone know the word with dark? I know it's kind of a funny question, but does anyone really know the word of dark? What is the thing that you usually hear dark? Usually whenever I think of an anime or I think of a cartoon or even real life, if someone's messing around with dark magic, you're taking a chance of yourself being killed. Which to me, boom, I just basically kicked in some dark. Which to me, sacrifice in collapsing blade makes sense considering they destroy your HP or they destroy your durability. But you didn't make it to where the Dragon Arc, all the dark weapons in game basically make you weaker as you get lower HP. All I can say to you, Cyberstep, is face flump. Face flump. That's all I'm going to say about that. Thank you for the face flump. Because that just sounds to the point of stupid. That makes the weapon completely garbage. To be honest, that just kind of makes what? Dark weapons completely garbage? What's that one sword called from a Zombie Crossing that gives 45? That gives what? I believe 45 dark element or something like that, or 25 dark element. I forgot what it is. It's basically the Earth Kendo sword, which is the opposite of the Duststorm Blast sword that you can pick up. That's the best dark weapon in the whole entire game, which is kind of sad because it don't give you negative freaking dark element, which is sad. That gives us more dark. That gives us dark element and don't need negative our butts of attack. It's like, really? No, no, seriously, really? That weak ass weapon don't freaking take us down attack, but yeah, it's a dark weapon. So that's the best dark weapon in game, and there's no way around it. That is the best dark weapon for a sword user. If you don't want to lose attack once you lose a certain amount of HP, then you're better off going for that sword. Now I know why you guys don't want to add my concept where we get ords that we can put onto our weapons, because you know a lot of sword users would go back and just grab that sword and basically put all the work into that damn sword. I know I would. Now that I think about it, I definitely would. Especially when that wouldn't be too much weaker than the Ichimaru Sarai, which is about 12k. That'd be what? 10 to 11k? So yeah, I would definitely go back and grab that sword. Basically, if they added the ord system or something like that, where you can actually trade in like helping points or whatever for special items, and the special items were those, I'd not purposely throw none but one that would keep increasing my attack output onto that weapon. That and plus adding more dark element to it and giving it some slice. Actually, let me go and see what that weapon is. Like, let's see how much better this weapon is, and yet it's a way earlier weapon considering it don't take us down durability or none. Come on, load. Thank you. How can I expand this? Let's see, where is this weapon? Come on. Not the Durando, even though the Durando is pretty strong. Heck, that'd be kind of cool to be able to take the Durando all the way up stronger. Well, weak element on it, but still, you could basically, you'd have the ability to basically power up weapons that are basically starting off game. So you basically pretty much go with, kind of like fight like the Vanguards if you wanted. Come on, quit being slow, you freaking junk. I swear it's loading like 2 or 3 weapons at a timer. Okay, it looks like it's finally done. Yeah, literally, it's an 81 weapon. So it would be, according to this, it would be about 5,000. And it always comes with Sacrifice V. Oh, it's only 26 Dark Element. Not bad, actually. Not really all that bad, considering it is going to be a pretty... Considering if they did add the orbs to where you could actually add output damage to it. So yeah, this thing could be potentially, like I said, around 55,000. Which you could potentially say, hey, it wouldn't be that helpful, but... Like I said, I'm talking about basically adding in a concept where you could basically add orbs or special items to it, which would allow you to jump even more, which would allow you to jump this weapon's output damage as well as its dark element. To be honest, just in case they ever do truly take my idea, I might go and farm this weapon. I might go and farm it and try and make one and get it all the way to 100. Just in case Cyberstep ever does truly take my idea. And for anyone who is basically saying, man, I only like the weapons that they have aura on them, or something like that, one of the ideas that I did mention to him with the idea is that you could actually add your own custom aura to weapons. So you could potentially add a dark aura to a weapon. If they ever took my idea, I could basically take the Earth Kendo sword, which Like I said, I'm gonna probably start a farm, and hopefully I can get it up to 100 pretty fast. And by just taking that weapon, I can basically what? I basically will have a dark weapon that doesn't destroy my damage. Yeah, it might be about as strong as a 7. It looks like it's gonna be a little bit stronger than a 7-star, but still, that ain't really that bad. Especially considering how strong it is. It's nowhere as close to being a bad weapon. Like I said, I wouldn't even mind going and wasting my time and putting work into it if I knew. Well, I'm gonna put work into it just because, hey, it's a dark weapon at the time being. But like I said, if they ever took my idea and we could do different shit with it, if the game rewards you for different stuff like that, there'd be ways of getting like stuff like this to where you can power some earlier weapons just by powering up this. Hello, you're kind of broken. Where's your glowing part? Yeah, where is it? It's not wanting to show the animation. What? Wait, isn't that showing the animation because of this? But nope. What the hell? I didn't even realize that until now. This weapon, for some weird reason, has its durability off. Like, the weapon don't even look right now without the glowing part on the blade. Just wonder why I wasn't seeing the glow on it a few minutes ago. Now I know. Well, since I am going to run a zombie crossing, I might as well bring my D3 back out. That way I can actually still attack the living daylights out of every mob in there. Which means, yeah, I ain't going to be able to run it multiple times. I'm only going to be able to run it maybe once or twice. Hey, it's back. Seriously, why are weapons, like, different things on them now screwing up for? Is Nova screwing up right now? Nope. Some of the reason, at times, the blade would turn completely yellow after this update, but now it seems like it's not doing that. It's kind of strange. It's completely kind of strange that it ain't, if the stuff ain't screwing up or airing out right now. Because you guys can pretty much see, a lot of my friends know me with the zombie crossing. I'll farm here for Ronins and anywhere else. Because Ronins will drop for me here way more often than Mora. Don't even take me as long to run this dungeon, which is kind of funny. That's why I got basically made up a weapon that can steel attack everything. Hey, 2 weapons. Whether this increases my chance of getting a Ronin or not, at least I know I can get more weapons out of these guys. Or not. Well, I'm getting their blue bag more often, at least, it looks like. Now watch, the next kill is not going to give me the blue bag. Knew it. Why every time, game? Why every time? I jinx myself, I swear. Oh well. Heck. Hey, there's the blue bag again. Nice. My weapons ain't dropping for crap. And yeah, since this is PlayStation 4, I can't run it on hell to be having the best drop rate. Because for PlayStation 4, for some weird reason, mags are lower chance on hell than it is hard. But they still would never, but they've already told us multiple times that they're not planning on fixing, so we're kind of screwed with BS drop rates. Stop that. Really? Stupid bug. Oh, you don't. Ah, got you. I knew the Sando would jump right in the path, so that's why I did that. Sandos used to be a pain in the ass for me to kill, but they're stupid easy now. Come on, jump. Thank you. Gotcha. Do-do-do. Be honest, I gotta say, there's not many of the background sounds in this game that I really don't like. Wow, my D3 actually refused to kill him. Oh. Yeah, back up to 2 weapons dropping. That was a weird lag. Nada. Oh well. We're not using a drop boost, that's actually a pretty nice amount of weapons at least. The D3 is about to break, so I can't continuously run again. Which is kind of hurt me for a while, considering the mag that I'm using does lower my durability by 25%. But it's a hell of a lot easier to farm that one mag from Ivy and allow my durability to drain 25% faster than wasting my time going around looking around for a freaking rank 2 skill force twin sword and freaking farming that 167 times just for that mag to drop for me one time. I'd rather deal with the bullshit chance of my weapons breaking that much faster. Alright, what's the chance of one of the weapons that I just got from there being actually the darker Kendo sword? Which I don't even know what it's going to be under, so I'm just going to identify all of them. Oh, what do you know? It popped up in the very first, popped up in the 4th. It also gave me an extra SP, which is kind of nice. How does this give? Plus that gives 14 as well. Hey, neat. Plus 100 grade to start off with. See, look at that. If I could literally power this darn sword up, it would be as good as a freaking dragon arc. It would be as good as any of them. Yes?
You want to go watch your spaghetti?
Good luck.
Did she come in there?
She did. She already ran out. Like I said, as you guys can pretty much see right there, that's a pretty okay weapon, especially for being the only freaking dark weapon in the game that doesn't give you negative attack, which is kind of sad, or at least one of them. I'd actually say something to my friend and see if he's wanted to farm mate for a little while, and even though I don't think it's going to be very strong, it should be strong enough to actually kill a field mob to help out a little bit. And just like that, it's already done. What a little butt. Ah, well. Now sacrifice the rest of these weapons, even though I don't think they're going to really move the D3 too much. I'm better off sacrificing them and getting them out of my way than allowing them to sit there and be in the way. That's right, it wasn't moving much. Oh well. Now, since I really don't need you on me, I'll equip you just so I know I got room. Like I said, this would be pretty cool if you could actually add an aura to this and power it up a little bit. Especially since it's always guaranteed to give you at least one dark element on it, which is kind of nice. It's always guaranteed to give Colette's and Blade, which is kind of cool. Look at that. Dark element's already up to 46, which ain't really that bad. Like I said, the only downfall about this weapon is just how weak it's going to be. Which really ain't that, well, I would say really ain't that bad, but then again, it ain't. 12,910. It's a lot behind the Garg, unfortunately. Quite a bit right now, currently behind the cross, or a cross. It's going to be a lot behind that for the time being. It's a bit 7,000 behind the weapon I used to kill Satan while I was trying to get my cross. It's on the Rhyme Staff, which I'm not surprised. It's a whole 4,700 behind complete non-touch cross. I don't know to go by tech. Whatever. It's currently 6,000 behind the 7-star. Which unfortunately it's only one level higher than the 7-star, so it's not going to be overly better, but potentially, like I said, if we could upgrade the damage output of it, then hey, I could potentially use this weapon as a dark weapon. Like I said, it doesn't give me the negative attack like the other ones do after a certain damage, after my HP drops below a certain point. So no matter which way you count it, this is technically the best dark weapon in the game. Which is sad. Considering it didn't take long to get it, I'd be surprised if I don't get a second one. Unless the second one's going to turn out way better than the first. I could already see that, which is kind of sad. Actually, let me... what's the name of it? I'm bad with names, I swear. Dark Kindle Sword. Okay. Oh, actually, I don't even have to look it up. I do got the best form of it. It's only an 81 plus. That sucks. plus. So yeah. So technically I had the best possible version of the weapon. That sucks. But honestly, in so many ways, I wonder if Cyberstep actually forgot about this weapon. Without a question, I know it might sound dumb me wanting to put work into this, but like I said, it is a dark weapon that does not negative us. If I put an Abyss Embrace onto this damn thing, it would do some nice damage actually. Oh well. Honestly, I think that's probably the reason why they don't want to take my idea with the whole idea about adding like orbs or something. So if I put an orb that would raise the attack up by 6,000, I could easily pretty much get it close to about what, where other weapons are. I could potentially catch it up with like other dark weapons, or at least make it get closer. Plus I'm talking about basically allowing you to get like dark plus slice, dark plus attack, and other things like that, or even slice plus attack. So you'd be potentially able to get, you'd only have 4 possible openings on the weapon, but that would still be enough. Like if the max is 5,000, you just chose to raise the attack, you'd have an extra 5,000 on top of what it already is, which will allow the weapon to be, what, 7,000 right now already? Which would allow it to be potentially strong enough to basically do some okay damage. Very most I said to him that I'd limit it by is 4, but you'd also have a 5th slot, but the 5th slot would only be appearance, basically. You'd have the ability to change the appearance on the weapon if you wished, like giving it a special type of aura or something like that, or different things like that. And that could come with 2 or 3 things at the same time. That could come with like you could have it basically doing what the Gargs do, where they do like the fire with the normal attacks. So you could potentially get something like that as well. So you could get a flame aura on top of it, but all that flame would be is just really? That flame orb would really just be basically for show. Which would be the main thing that I'd be wanting to play based on, is you'd really just be able to get a show type of thing on it. Now potentially if they would take my idea, I would probably rather have them put it as like that would add like an extra 5 or something, or that would allow you to go above 50 or whatever. But the weapon has to have an aura on it to be able to go above a certain percentage. Because that seems like how the weapons are reacting as it is now, so why not? So you could get the weapon out to a 50, no problem, but if you wanted it to 60 or 70, you'd actually have to waste your time on getting the exclusive aura. mean, if you chose to get like the Nova's aura, then or a weapon's aura that doesn't increase that affects something else, then you would not be able to raise your Dark Aura onto that at all. Which would potentially make it to where you'd have to throw Dark, or you'd have to throw something like that onto it, which is where it would change the most.